Weinberg as a personality, as a composer, already preoccupies me for many, many years. And still not enough, because I regret that I didn't meet him profoundly while still living in Moscow. I met him only on his, so to say, on the sleeves, attending concerts which he gave as a pianist, participating in a first performance of Shostakovich cycle 7 romances. I experienced Weinberg in a class of my great teacher, David Oyster, where he accompanied my teacher in a pre-concert just for students before the premiere of the Shostakovich Violin Sonata. Unfortunately, I missed the chance to get a personal contact, personal conversation, and develop it at the time when I lived in Moscow. Why? It was my mistake. It was my inexperience and my dedication to the so-called avant-garde composers of that time I associated myself with. Be it Alfred Schnittke, be it Sofia Gubaidulina, be it Valentin Silvestrov, Arvo Pärt. All of them seemed to me more interesting. I felt like Shostakovich, Weinberg, this is already old school. I played many of the works by Shostakovich. I played many works of composers that wrote in the style of Shostakovich. But somehow I didn't pay enough attention that there was another great personality, I would say a personality on the level of Shostakovich, and in some ways maybe even more interesting. Fully my mistake, and I'm glad that I was able to correct this mistake by contributing to his discography, by playing a lot of his music in concerts, by recording now I think almost 8 CDs with his music. He remained what very few people succeeded to be in the former Soviet Union. An honest, sincere, deep and loyal personality. And his music speaks about it. I mean, it's clear that his music is not copy-paste of someone else. Yes, there are references that one could say, oh, this reminds me of Shostakovich. They were so close to each other. They contacted each other, they listened to each other's work, and they played together. So no surprise that the idioms of Shostakovich can be heard in Weinberg's music. At the same time, Weinberg has a completely independent voice, and this is what I cherish in composers. I would say Weinberg belongs to those composers that immediately speaks to you, and pretty soon you realize this is Weinberg, this is his voice, this is his personality. I want, in my humble profession as an interpreter, to deal with a personality or music of a personality that I can relate to. And Weinberg is one of those composers, and that's why our relationship, or my relationship to his music is so intense, and why I consider him to be one of the most valuable composers of the 20th century.